What's going on, YouTube pipe community? This is New England Pipe Smoker coming back at you after a very long hiatus. I apologize for being away for so long, but as everybody knows, life gets in the way. I'm starting a new job next week and just been busy. It's starting to get it's summertime here in southern New England, so yard work to do. I put up a new fence. There's always stuff to do around the house. But anyways, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing a cigar review. And yes, I know that I have been, this is a pipe channel, but I like to review different things, pipes, cigars, guns, you name it. I'm into it, so it's my channel, so I'm gonna kind of do it. So it's my first ever cigar review, so I apologize, it's probably gonna suck. But the way I'm going to do it is, hopefully I can do a few more of these reviews during the summertime. I was a cigar smoker first, primarily before I became a pipe smoker, and now it's summertime again. I usually smoke in my man cave, which is it's a three season room on my house. It's up and running now fully in the summertime. The wife lets me smoke pipes in the house all year round, but I can't do that, obviously. She doesn't let me smoke cigars in the house. So when the three season room's open and running, usually it's cigars in the summertime, or I'm outside, you know, doing the lawn, outside smoking a cigar, playing golf, whatever, you name it. That's when I usually go more towards cigars. So anyways, with that being said, the way I'm going to kind of structure my cigar reviews as of right now anyway, is they're based on a 5-pack of cigars. That pretty much gives me a good overall feel for the cigar instead of just getting a single cigar and trying to review it that way. So I tried also doing multiple different pairings. So to me, when I smoke a pipe, different pairings of fluids, liquids, drinks, whatever, can change the blend for me slightly, or even sometimes pretty big, depending on what the pairing is. So for this, I actually did a water to give me a baseline. Then I did a whiskey. Actually, I did a scotch, a beginner scotch. I did a diet soda, and I did a regular beer. I'm doing these reviews for the everyday smoker, the everyday dude. There are some people who are really into it and will pair it and have their own things, but I'm doing this for the everyday guy. The guy who gets a cigar once in a while, maybe goes to his local B&M, plays golf, smokes a cigar, you name it, whatever, the normal guy. I figured you'll either have water, you'll be in a golf course drinking beer, at home drinking a regular beer. No, I didn't do an ale or a lager or anything, or a stout. I did a regular Bud Light. Like I said, it's everyday stuff. And I also did a scotch, an intro scotch. Many people have just intro scotches around the house. They may or may not be into them. Like I said, I did water. So next time though, I'm definitely going to add coffee to the mix, because for me, coffee, especially when I'm smoking a pipe, changes the dynamic for me, especially depending on the blend for me. So anyways, I don't want to make this video too long and bore everybody out, but that's going to be the general sense of how I'm going to get the cigars and how I'm going to do my reviews. And then from there, I'm going to be going into a little different avenues. I'm probably going to start with the construction, what it looks like, how it feels, and then I'm going to get into the initial light, the first third, second third, and then the final. Hopefully it won't be too long. I'm going to kind of go quickly between the pairings if there was any differences. If there wasn't, I won't even mention them. I'll just say there was nothing. Or if I need to get some significant differences, I'll definitely talk about those different significant differences. So with that being said, the cigar that I'm going to be reviewing is the Herrera Esteli in Toro by Drew Estate. So many of you guys probably, if you're in a cigar, well, even the pipes, you guys know Drew Estate. They have a Drew Estate pipeline, but Drew Estate also is big as a cigar company. This particular blend was blended by Willie Herrera. He was named Master Blender, I think 2013, 2014, by Drew Estate. And from what I read on the website and a couple of the websites, Drew Estate's website and other websites, was that they kind of just threw him down in Nicaragua and said, you know, he has access to all of our tobaccos and make yourself a blend. It took him a little while to, you know, see what he wants and make the blend, but he eventually did settle on this blend. And I can't remember the Vitola that got a high review, but one of them scored a 94. I can't remember what Vitola it was that scored a 94. But so with that cigar, like I said, I've already pre-cut it, but I don't know how well you can see it. But as you can tell, it's got it's a brown, almost the color of a brown paper bag, so to speak, and it actually has the texture a brown paper bag like you'd get from the grocery market. That's how I can best describe it. Most of the cigars came with a firm pack, but even pack throughout the entirety of the cigar. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's some tight visible seams on that cigar. Some of the cigars, not this one in particular. Oh, this one has one or two right here. You can see it's a prominent, strong, elevated vein coming right off the wrapper. All came with triple caps, nicely done, no issues. Perfect construction. I had no issues with any of these cigars throughout the course of all 5 that I sampled. Excellent construction on the cigars. Off the cold draw, I mean, pretty much we're all the same. I get a barnyard, woodsy, slightly dark chocolate coming off the cigar especially off the foot. You get almost a chocolatey, creamy note right off that foot. Two of the cigars out of the 5 had a relatively tight draw, but did seem to loosen up. Some of them were better than others in terms of that, but they've all been in my humidor for at least a minimum of 60 days, at right around 70 as best I can. It was early spring, so it was easy to keep the temperature pretty regulated in my humidor. So I'm going to give this a light, and I'm going to come right back with my initial light first impressions. So I'm back here with the first initial light. Get a nice chewy smoke. Definitely hints of regular straight tobacco. Definitely a woodsy core to the blend. There it comes through the retrohale. I get a nice sweet creaminess. And when I say retrohale, that's when you actually take the smoke from your mouth and exhale it through your nostrils, your olfactory senses. And that's when you're going to pick up, for me, those extra flavors. And that, to me, is where I'm really going to get my creamy notes from most of my cigars, is through that retrohale. Come with that woodsy, nutty, slight creaminess on that. I'm now starting to get that slight pepper, almost like a cayenne pepper, on the back of the tongue and the back of the throat. That was straight across all my initial lights on all 5 of my cigars. It's a chewy smoke. You know, it's in the mouth. You has a prominent mouthfeel, almost like you would chew it, so to speak. And right off the, I don't know if you can see off the foot or not, it's outside, tons of smoke off the foot, and that is typical for a Drew Estate cigar. If you've ever smoked one of the Liga series, you'll know there's high smoke output right off the foot. It doesn't really do anything. It's more of an ambiance thing. I particularly like it, but it doesn't impact the cigar really. But tons of voluminous smoke coming right off the foot of that cigar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke a little bit of this, let it heat up a little bit, and then get into the first third, and I'm going to come back and do a comparison with the cigar live, and then also the different blends. I mean, excuse me, the different pairings that I had with this. I'm back for the first third. I just had my first chunk fall off. It's been about 20 minutes of the cigar, and about 3/4 of an inch down. This is a small, very slow burning cigar. To me, it was great value. With that being said, kind of what am I getting out of the first third now that it's heated up a little bit? Still getting that chewy smoke. At this point, it's medium to full body. In terms of, but when I mean that, I mean the intensity of the flavors that I'm getting. Overall, it's the tobacco and a creaminess note on the front of the tongue. A slight heatiness in the back of the tongue and the mouth still. Still good smoke off the foot. It's like I said, chewy smoke. It's a relatively short finish in terms of the intensity of the flavors. Just the straight tobacco taste now will linger. But the intensity of the other flavors, that woodsy, that creaminess, that kind of was short-lived. I'm getting that throughout every cigar. Like I said, I'm drinking water now. Same thing with the water the first time I drank it. And regarding to the Scotch, it was sweet tobacco taste. Woodsy barnyard was the most dominant. And when I smoke, I drink a diet soda. Once again, the tobacco taste, the pepper, initial light was a woodsy taste. So like I said, the initial flavors I'm getting, that chewy smoke, that woodsy, that straight tobacco taste, and a nice creaminess through the retrohale. And that was a slight pepper on the back of the tongue and the mouth. It's a heat. I don't know if it's a pepper or a cayenne. I'm not like that type of heat. I'm not great in really distinguishing those two types between the two yet. But that's what you're going to get in the first third. Like I said, about 20 minutes in, about 3/4 of an inch down. And once again, I'm going to come back when we get to the second third. I'm back this time with the second third. Construction's been good. Pretty straight burn. It's getting a little wonky now, but it should correct itself, no problems. I don't think it's going to need a touch-up. None of my others I don't think needed any touch-ups. So with what I'm getting with this, I'm about through 45 minutes now, cigar. 20, yeah, about 40 minutes. About halfway through the cigar. As you can see, I'm still getting those prominent woodsy tobacco notes. You get a slight creaminess on the forefront on the retrohale, and there's no direct heat, but you definitely can feel the heat on the back of the tongue and the throat. It's lingering. It's not a painful or hurt. It's a warm sensation. You know it's there. That was straight throughout. But since these ashes fell off, the second part of the ash, I really got a big creamy note coming through. The draw's been perfect. No problems. Cherry's not that hot. It's definitely, you can hold it to the touch with no problems there, so I'm not having an issue with that. Once again, the first time I smoked a cigar, same exact what I'm getting now. Diet soda, once again, woodsy pepper, same thing. Beer, same thing. Funny thing is though, with the scotch, I did get those woodsy tobacco creamy notes, but with the scotch, I actually got a barbecue note on it, on some of the draw. Now, was the barbecue dominant? No, it wasn't. Was it in the background? Yes, it was. Sorry, I got some wind outside. But when it came to certain draws, I got a charred barbecue taste right through the retrohale. It was faint. It was every once in a while, but nonetheless, I did sense it. It was nice. Like I said, it wasn't all the time, but once in a while, for the second, third, I did get a little barbecue note, and that was the only pairing that I got that taste from. Did it come from the scotch, the cigar? I didn't eat anything that night. I don't think that would have done that. I would have had it through the whole cigar, not just a little part of it. And it came and went. Nonetheless, it was an enjoyable little extra added on to that. So like I said, I'm about halfway through the cigar. It's about 40 minutes. I'm going to come back with the final third. All right, I'm back for the final third. Not much changes. Still that core of that sweet tobacco, woodsy, creaminess core that remains. Just like the other cigars, as the cigar is coming to a close, the flavor intensifies. Still medium full, slightly moving towards the full, with the taste lingering longer on them, the finish lasting longer. Once again, no construction issue throughout the whole cigar. The burn corrected itself, no problem. Wrapper comes right off, no damage to the cigar whatsoever. The band, I mean, comes right off. So nice job there at the factory doing that. All the other cigars, same thing. Same flavors towards the end. The only difference out of all three of them was the diet soda. On that actual cigar, woodsy, dry tobacco dominated. However, there was a dark coffee note that came through at the end. I'm not getting the dark coffee on this particular cigar right now. I still have another 2 inches to go on it, so still a little bit of ways to go. It's starting to get a little warm. Not too bad, you can hold it in the hand, no problem. But you can feel the smoke's getting a little warm in the mouth. I don't like it that way. It's not really getting that soggy or anything. So the construction's been perfect so far. Overall, like I said, a cigar, great construction, great burn. A big thing for this cigar, consistency. 5 cigars, no issues in terms of construction or burn. Flavors were generally the same on all the cigars, with that dominant tobacco, woodsy, creamy notes, with some slight exceptions with that on the second, third, with the barbecue taste on the scotch, and the final third with the diet soda. there was a slight, like I said, dark coffee, which I'm not really getting in this, but some slight differences. Yeah, overall though, very enjoyable cigar. I don't know how to rank them in terms of a number or a point scale. I'm not that sophisticated yet. Overall, it's a good cigar. Would I buy it again if I wanted a nice, consistent, know what I'm getting cigar? Yeah, I'd put it back in my humidor. If I'm going out to someplace, would I buy it again? If I was going out to like a cigar lounge, probably not. I'd want to try something different or something that really stuck with me. Overall, this is a great cigar. Don't get me wrong. I might definitely buy it again. It's definitely go back in the humidor, probably for a regular rotation if I know what I want. And to me, that's awesome. Consistency is key. I say I still got a little bit of, I still got a little bit to go on that cigar, and I'm already over an hour. This, if I wanted to, this could probably last me hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. And to me, that's a great value on a stick. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this. If you thought it sucked, let me know. If you thought it's too long, let me know. Otherwise, guys, comment, suggestions, always greatly appreciated on my channel. And once again, guys, thanks for watching. This is New England Pipe Smoker.